We spend a lot of time, both of us, very full time over the last 2 years. Anyone, though, can do this in a 5-year period.
Today we're talking about getting to your first $10,000 a month in cash flow through real estate investing.
You can absolutely do this. Anyone can do this. How do you actually build $10,000 a month investing in multifamily properties? Now, it's easier if you have a bunch of cash, but we did it with $0. Here's how we did it. So, Cody, when you're getting started, because I know you started with $3,000, how did you build your first $10,000 income? Just on a basic level, what did you have to do to get there?
Well, on gross income, I bought one deal. But the problem was, when I bought my first 12-plex, sure, it made about $10,000 a month in rent. I was only netting after all the expenses and all the mortgages, about $800. I was a little shy of my goal.
I would say so.
If you want to get to $10,000 a month, the math that you have to do is figure out what is the average return that you're going to make across your portfolio. We like to average 6. You could do way better than that, but 6 is conservative. When you're looking at growing a portfolio, if you're earning 6% on your money, $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year, that is 6% of $2 million. You need to get to a $2 million equity position paying you 6%, and then you're done.
Problem, I didn't start with $2 million. You didn't start with $2 million.
I was about $2 million shy.
Our cash flows exceed $10,000 a month each. We've been building this for what, 2 years?
2 years.
How would someone actually go about putting together $2 million if they don't have $1 million?
Well, you need to figure out how do you get $2 million of equity. Now, number one, you could go do 100% leverage. You could go buy $2 million of real estate and let your tenants paid off over the course of 20 to 30 years. That's fine. I don't want to wait 20 to 30 years because I'm an impatient 23-year-old. I don't want to be 40 when this thing happens. So what I opted to do was buy more real estate and get it to go up in value by optimizing the real estate. Simple model. You figure out, how do I buy $8 million of real estate? How do I get $8 million of real estate, 100% leverage, to be worth $10 million of real estate? And typically, if rent goes up $50 on something like that per unit, you can get it. Simplicity of the model. Buy a bunch, highly leveraged. Get it to be less leveraged by optimizing the real estate and get the value to be that $2 million. Usually just by adjusting the rents or fixing the expenses on the property.
Now, we've had a lot of examples of this, but our first big deal together, 38-plex, we had all sorts of problems that we got to fix, which all increased the value. When you have bad electric, bad plumbing, bad tenants, and a questionable septic, you look at these deals and you go, if I can fix a few of these things, the building will in fact be worth more. How would I fix them? And if you can answer that question, you're the one to solve them, you get the appreciation on the asset. This is why it's so important to buy a lot of buildings, 5 units and up, because you're actually valued on your ability to operate the property. Your actual cash flows that you generate, the increases in rent directly relate to the value. If you're trying to do this in a strategy of single family, duplex to fourplex, small multifamily, what you'll run into is you are stuck with the value add you can get based on what your neighbors are selling their properties for. You're going to be more tied to the market conditions than you would be on your ability to be an excellent operator.
Now, we like to grow the income, but you can also reduce expenses. We have a buddy who bought a 24-plex. He has 17 leaks on 24 units. Is a lot. If he fixed those, his water bill would probably be significantly less. You can absolutely increase the value of your assets and your cash flow by getting rid of unnecessary expenses.
Other projects that we've done through the portfolio as examples to do this is we got a loan after operating a property for a few years to put a pitched roof on a property that had a butterfly roof. Now, not a flat roof, an actual valley that dams up with snow every winter. Terrible design. We took it from this to this. Massive increase of value. You have a failing roof. You put a brand new 50-year roof on a property that desperately needs it. Not only does it look better, so it rents better, the actual economic life of the property has increased. That is real value that you're adding. Now, we didn't just toss a roof on it, right? That was a building that Cody first bought, I bought into later. We optimized it over a few years, and when the cash flow sustained a higher loan, because we built some equity, pulled money out, improved the property again. Pitched roof, more value, we've increased the net worth. We're doing this with the Robin Hood Village Resort right now. There are a few systems that really needed to be improved as far as how the business is run. We've optimized that with more marketing, the way that we run our on-site staff. It is actually a business where you as an investor, when we're done with this year, could buy this and be relatively passive compared to where we bought it. That increases the value for the next person who wants to buy that. If you can show consistent operations, consistent numbers, and an employment plan that allows some level of passivity, asset value goes up. Again, we're making that $2 million in equity without spending $2 million of our cash.
And really, if you want to simplify it even more than everything we've been talking about with the equity and the percentage returns, if you find 50 rental units where you could raise rent $200, you're not raising it to market, but let's say it's $400 to $500 under market value. You just have to find 50 rental units where you could bring it up $200. $200 times 50 units is $10,000 a month. If you bought it at break even, which you wouldn't do, you would buy based on positive cash flow day one. But if you could get those rent bumps, you would add an additional $10,000 a month. It doesn't matter which market you're in or how the returns are. If you just do that metric alone, you're done.
And we'll end on this. This is not get rich quick. This takes a lot of work. We did this in 2 years.
Together, but I started 2 years before that, and I started as an agent a year before that.
And I started a long sales career in the real estate industry and started with some single family fix and flips. We started slow. We started small, just like a lot of people. Cody started on a much bigger building than I think a lot of people do, which we recommend. But we spend a lot of time, both of us, very full time over the last 2 years. Anyone, though, can do this in a 5-year period. If you're trying to build $10,000 a month, 2-3 years in, I think it's very reasonable for absolutely anyone in any market to get to a similar place.
Yeah, if you figure out who owns the real estate in that market, you meet with those people, you build those relationships, and then you actually buy the real estate and you don't make excuses.
If you want to make your life easier, you can follow this channel here and send it to a friend, because doing this in community is awesome. So share this video, and we'll see you all next episode.
Now, if there's one YouTube channel that you watch to learn creative finance, multifamily investing, I'm going to recommend Cody and Christian.
Multifamily strategy.